If you're over 60 and starting to feel less steady when walking, you're not alone, and you're not powerless either. You might have noticed it when getting out of bed in the morning, or when stepping onto a curb or turning around quickly. That slight wobble or hesitation isn't just normal aging. In fact, it's often your body's warning signal, letting you know certain reflexes, muscles, and brain connections that keep you stable have started to go quiet from lack of use. But here's the good news, you can reactivate them. In this video, I'll show you a simple routine with 3 targeted movements that retrain your ankles, eyes, and brain to work together again, all without a gym, pills, or long workouts. And yes, it works fast. Your balance isn't just about strong legs. It depends on how well 3 systems communicate: your muscles, your inner ear, and your vision. But over time, especially if you move less or avoid uneven ground, those systems start working less efficiently together. That's why simple things like turning your head or stepping onto a small curb feel riskier. The 3 exercises in this video retrain that connection. Tiptoe walking strengthens your ankles and calves, your body's shock absorbers. Forward toe taps train your visual spatial awareness, so your feet land where your eyes expect. Reverse heel-to-toe walking boosts coordination and reflexes, activating your brain's timing and posture control. These are the reflexes that keep you stable without thinking. This first exercise looks simple, but it targets a part of your body that's often ignored: the ankles and calves. These muscles act like shock absorbers for every step you take. When they're weak or untrained, your balance suffers, especially during transitions, like getting up from a chair or catching yourself from a misstep. Here's how to do it. Stand beside a stable surface like a kitchen countertop, bathroom sink, or the back of a heavy sofa. Lightly rest one hand on it, not leaning your weight, just enough to feel supported. Now, rise up onto your tiptoes. Lift your heels gently so that most of your weight is now on the balls of your feet. Feel your calves engage. From here, begin walking forward slowly, staying up on your tiptoes. Slide your hand lightly along the countertop as you move. The goal is to keep your heels elevated with each step, moving slowly and deliberately. Try to keep your body upright. Don't lean forward. Your gaze should be straight ahead, not down. This keeps your neck aligned and gently challenges your inner ear system to stay engaged. Focus on taking full, smooth steps, placing one foot in front of the other as if walking a tightrope, but with light support nearby. The slower you move, the more control you build. As you gain confidence, you can lift your hand away from the support, just briefly, and see how long you can continue without touching it. But always stay close, and only let go if you feel very stable. What to watch out for? Keep your heels lifted. If they drop down mid-step, pause and reset. Don't rush. This is about control, not speed. If you feel shaky, go back to using support. Progress is about patience. Why it works. This exercise strengthens the posterior chain, including your calves, ankles, and even the small stabilizers in your feet. It also retrains your ankle proprioception, which is your body's ability to sense its position and movement. This is key for catching yourself if you trip or stumble. It also taps into your vestibular system gently. When you're on your toes, the slight elevation shifts your center of gravity and forces your brain to make constant micro-adjustments to keep you upright. Think of it as recalibrating your balance software, one step at a time. How often to do it? Start with 1 pass along the countertop per day. As you build strength and confidence, work up to 2 or 3 passes. In time, you can try walking without hand support, but only if you feel steady and always near something to grab if needed. This next exercise may look like a simple foot movement, but it's one of the most practical drills for improving foot control, reaction time, and your ability to lift your feet properly when walking. Why does that matter? Because many falls happen not from slipping, but from tripping. The foot doesn't lift high enough to clear a rug, a curb, or a stair. Over time, the muscles responsible for that lifting, especially your tibialis anterior, get lazy or weak. This drill brings them back online. How to perform it? Stand in front of a low step, like the bottom stair in your home. or even a sturdy book placed on the ground. Place a stable support, like a chair back or counter, next to you. Stand tall, feet hip-width apart, and hold onto the support lightly with one hand. Now, look straight ahead, not at your feet. That's crucial. Looking down makes the exercise easier, but it robs your brain of the training it needs to coordinate movement without visual cues. Gently lift one leg and tap your toes onto the step in front of you. Then, lower the foot back down in a controlled motion. Now repeat with the other leg. Don't slam your foot onto the step. This is a controlled tap, not a stomp. The key is to keep your movements smooth and intentional. Make sure your foot clears the edge of the step both on the way up and the way down. No dragging or clipping the edge. Pro tip: if you find it hard to lift your foot high enough, try standing a little farther back from the step. That will encourage a more deliberate lift. Why this exercise matters. Forward toe taps retrain the neural pathway between your brain and your feet. That connection often weakens with age, especially if you've spent years walking cautiously or with a shuffle to avoid falling. This movement wakes up your dorsiflexors, the muscles that pull your foot upward, and reprograms them to activate when needed. That reduces your risk of tripping over everyday objects. It also helps your balance. Every time you lift a foot, your body must stabilize itself on the other leg. Even with support, that creates subtle core engagement and strengthens your hips too. Safety reminders: never do this near a loose rug or a slippery surface. Always have a chair or counter nearby for stability. If you feel any pain or unsteadiness, stop and reassess your setup. How to progress: begin with 10 toe taps per leg. Do this once per day for the first week. As you get more confident, try to go a bit faster, without sacrificing control. Eventually, if you feel very stable, you can try tapping without holding on, but never move away from your support completely. This isn't about showing off, it's about retraining movement safely. This final standing exercise might feel a bit unfamiliar, but it's incredibly powerful for improving full body coordination, dynamic balance, and especially your spatial awareness while moving. It's called reverse heel-to-toe walking, and it trains your brain and feet to stay in sync, even when you're moving backward. Now you might be thinking, walking backward? That sounds risky. But done correctly, it's actually one of the most effective ways to rewire your balance reflexes, engage your core, and strengthen the small muscles in your feet and ankles that protect you from falls. Let's break it down step by step. How to perform it. Start by ensuring you have a clear, uncluttered space behind you. It could be a hallway or a strip of open floor next to a counter or wall for light support. For extra safety, place a tape line on the floor to serve as your guide, or simply imagine a straight line. Stand tall with your feet together and your arms at your sides or lightly touching a nearby surface for balance. Now, take a step backward, placing your toe directly behind your heel of the opposite foot, just like you're walking on a tightrope. As you shift your weight onto that back foot, roll from your toe to your heel, slowly and smoothly. Then repeat with the other foot, again placing your toe right behind your heel. Your steps should be small and controlled, not rushed or wide. The goal is precision, not speed. Why this exercise works? Walking backward forces your body to stabilize itself dynamically, meaning, while in motion, it challenges your proprioception, your body's sense of position in space, which tends to fade with age if not actively trained. The narrow stance demands hip and ankle stability, while the backward movement requires more conscious control of your steps. This kind of challenge is exactly what retrains your balance systems and prevents falls, not just improving how you stand, but how you recover if you start to stumble. Important safety tips. Always clear your space first. No rugs, pets, or clutter. Use a hallway, countertop, or wall for light support as you begin. If your balance is very limited, have someone nearby, but do not rely on them for physical support unless necessary. Progression tips. Start with just 5 to 6 steps backward, using the line or imaginary guide. Focus on placing your foot correctly and keeping your upper body upright, not leaning or twisting. As you improve, try adding a second round of 5 to 6 steps. If you feel confident and secure, reduce your hand support slightly, but never eliminate it unless your balance is strong. You'll likely notice improvement within days, especially in your ability to adjust quickly when you lose balance, which is exactly what prevents real-life falls. If you've made it to this point, take a moment to appreciate what you just did. You didn't just exercise. You actively trained your balance systems, your foot and ankle muscles, your vestibular reflexes, and most importantly, your brain's ability to keep your body upright and in control. Let's quickly review what we covered today. Tiptoe walking taught your ankles and calves to stabilize under motion and tension. Forward. Toe taps challenged your ability to lift, target, and control the foot during a functional stepping motion. Reverse heel to toe. Walking trained your spatial awareness and dynamic coordination, giving your body the tools to avoid falls even when moving backward. These aren't just movements, they're neuromuscular drills that reawaken the system's aging tries to slow down. And here's the key: it doesn't take hours. Just a few minutes a day, done consistently and mindfully, can make an enormous difference in how you move, how confident you feel, and how independent you remain. If you're thinking, I still feel a little unsteady, that's okay. Rebuilding stability isn't about perfection on day one, it's about showing up again tomorrow. Each time you do these exercises, your body is learning, adapting, and regaining trust in its movements. That's real progress. What to do now? Pick 1 or 2 of today's exercises to repeat tomorrow. Even just a few repetitions matter. As you build confidence, add in the third and slowly increase the difficulty. Less support, longer holds, more steps. Most importantly, stay consistent. It's the secret ingredient to long-term change, and we want to hear from you. Comment below. I'm working on my balance. It tells us you're committed and also lets others know they're not alone. If this video gave you clarity and confidence, give it a thumbs up. And if you know someone over 60 who's losing strength or feeling unsteady, share this video with them. It could prevent a fall and even save a life. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications. We have more practical videos coming that break down safe and effective balance drills, step by step, science-based, and always focused on results. You're not powerless, you're not stuck, and you're certainly not too old. Your body still listens, your balance can still return, and it all starts with a few focused minutes a day. Stay strong, stay steady, and we'll see you in the next video.